Hey, let's work now. Come on. No, it's taking you too long to do that. I know that. All right, here we go. Everybody should have this. All right, correct answer was y plus 2 equals 4 times x minus 5. Anybody had any questions with that? Now, we just plug in the point 5, negative 2. Plot the point 5, negative 2. Then from there, we use the slope, which means I go what? Up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 1. That's all there is to it for the point slope form. All right, that's it. Yes, ma'am.
I know we changed the negative 2 to a 2, but then why did you graph negative 2?
I graphed the point.
Oh, we graphed.
I graphed the point 5, negative 2. There are two things that you have to do. You have to write the equation and you have to write or you have to graph it.
And I have two things, like, have two, what did you see, like, how to go up and over?
Because that's the slope. The slope is 4 over 1. Okay? Come on now, concentrate on number 5. The slope is 0. All right? Whenever the slope is 0, that's the indication that it's just a what? Horizontal line. All right? It's a horizontal line. Now, to write the equation, it's the same principle. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, what is the y value? So it's going to be y minus 6 equals times. Exactly. All right. Now, here's where I want you to be smart. What, in fact, is 0 times anything? So I really wish you would be smart enough to say, well, I just know that's then y minus 6 equals 0. Y minus 6 equals 0. So that would be the correct form if they ask you to write it in point slope form. If you wrote this, I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine. All right, but I want everybody here to know 0 times anything is just 0. Now, we knew that it was a horizontal line, right? So if you plot the point negative, if you plot the point negative 3, 6, right? Everybody plot the point negative 3, 6. Here's your point negative 3, 6. So I need the horizontal line that passes through that point. There's the horizontal line that passes through that point. All right, that wasn't bad. Anybody have any questions with that?
The minus change to a plus.
Why does the minus change to a plus? You mean the x plus 3? It does matter. Look, this is the opposite. That means the opposite sign of whatever's in the x value here. That's what you just have to remember. All right, everybody has to remember that. All right, let's knock out 6 now. All right, here we go. Come on, 6. Luke, write it. Close. Yes, sir. Thank you, Luke. Very nice. One little mistake. One little mistake. All right, that's not hard, guys. Just plugging numbers into the formulas. All right, now let's try to graph. So everybody's going to plot the point 6, 0. So I go over to 6, 0. Now from that point, I go what? Up 2, and then to the right what? 5. Up 2 and to the right 5. Now I'm off the graph. Does everybody agree? So I don't want to do that. Instead of going up 2 and to the right 5, I need to go what? Down 2 and left 5. That is correct. Down 2 and left 5. All right, anybody have any issues with that now? All right. All right, Bruin, you got number 7. Go.
Y plus 3
Y plus 3.
equals X, minus 5.
Wow, it's easy. All right, everybody should be able to do that. Now plot the point. Where am I plotting? 5, -3. From there, I'm going to go what?
Down 2,
Down 2 and
so the right 5.
yes, very nice. Down 2 to the right 5. All right. Anybody having trouble? All right, Maggie, you got number 8. Go.
Y plus 9 equals 5 times X minus 0.
Yes. Do we really have to do X minus 0? No, we could just say 5X, but writing 5X minus 0 just shows you know what you're doing. All right, so now what? 0, 0, -9 is good. Then from 0, -9, 0, -9, you did 0, 9. Then from 0, -9, you go what? The slope. What's the slope? Right? How did I know the slope was 5/1? Because it told me the slope was 5/1. So from there, I go what?
Over 5,
Up
5.
and to the right 1. Come on, that's what I'm saying now, Maggie. Get in the game. Up 5 over 1. You hear me? All right. What happens if the slope is undefined? It's a vertical line. So everybody graph 1, -8 for me. 1, -8. And then draw a vertical line. All right. So when you draw your vertical line, you're looking like this. Is everybody with me on this? Now, I need everybody to put a star by number 9. Generally, when the slope is 0 or when the slope is undefined, you can't really write it in point slope form. You're just supposed to know what the equation is. Every vertical line is x equals. What is the x value here? That's the answer. X equals 1. That's it. There is no point slope form for this format. It's just x equals 1. Is everybody with me on that? That's something you have to remember, right? It's just something you have to remember. Vertical line, x equals. Horizontal line, y equals. All right, anybody have any issues with that? All right. Katie, you're up. Write the equation for number 10.
Y plus 3 equals X plus 7.
You are amazing. All right. Everybody graph that real quick. How do I graph it, Katie? What kind of? Yeah, -7, -3. And then what? Yes, perfect. -7, -3. Plot a point. Up 1 over 8. Anybody have any issues with that? All right, Mr. Wash, number 11, give me the equation.
Y plus one equals negative, power of two.
Bless you.
In parentheses, x minus one.
You are amazing. Now graph it. Explain to me how to graph.
Y, negative one,
Perfect. Then from there,
down five to the left two.
to the
Right,
right 2, because the 2 is positive. Perfect. Right 5, down 1, plot a point. From there, down 5 to the right 2. Good for you. What?
5 goes first with the 7 times you go up or down.
Because it's the difference between plotting a point and using the slope. That's what you have to understand. That's why I used to say to the teachers, why didn't they just make the slope delta x over delta y? And then it would be easier because you always go left and right first when you plot a point. But the slope is always up or down first. That's why it's confusing. That's why if you learn that, then everything's good. All right, I'm pretty happy with that, guys. All right, now we have to identify the point. Now we're going backwards. Peter, what point is this from? And what is the slope? First of all, let's start with the slope. What is the slope of this line? What is it? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What is the slope of the line? Tell him. That would be the point. What is it? The slope is 2. The number in front of the x parentheses is the slope. Does everybody understand? We're just going backwards now. Now I give you the equation. You tell me what the point and the slope is. All right, that's all I'm asking. All right, is everybody with me on that? All right, so now you have to remember when you pull the numbers out, the point is going to be the opposite. So what's next to the x? 4. So what x value is it? -4. Perfect. What's next to the y? -3. So it comes out as a 3, +3. That's it. Come on, we can do this. Keep paying attention. It's really simple. Now, everybody plot the point. -4, 3. And then use the slope, which is what? Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Anybody have an issue with that? Anybody? All right, come on. Evan, 13. What's the slope? Now look, before he tells you the answer, write it down yourself. Write down what the slope is and what the point is, and you can go, wow, I understand what the guy's trying to say. And if you miss it, you need to ask a question. All right, I'm listening. M equals -3. The point is, you are amazing. That's it. Mr. Williams, you okay with that? Bruin, go. It's always the opposite, right? It's always the opposite. When you're grabbing the point, it's always the opposite. Now, everybody just practice your graphing. I'm making you do a bunch of graphs because it's important for you to learn how to graph. All right, we got another one. 14. All right. I like it, Luke. What? M is 2/3. -3, comma what? You are amazing. Perfect. Everybody graph. -3, -7, up 2 over 3. Graph the line quickly. All right, let's go. 15, someone else. Go. Peter, you're 16. Go. I'm listening. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. All right, tell me how to graph. And then? And? Come on, guys. All right. Mr. Williams, you good, right? Anybody struggling? I just can't tell you. It's nice if you're paying attention and work hard every day. All right, and then speak up when you don't know something. Yes, ma'am.
How do you know when to do this and when to do that?
I'm going to tell you. All right, I'll give you specific directions for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll say graph y equals mx plus b or point slope. Okay. All right, Peter, you got 16. Go.
Would be -1/3.
M equals -1/3.
The in the parentheses, the x is -1 and the y is none.
Yes. Everybody do that. Plot the point. Use the slope. Okay, so I tried to trick you on 17. All right, so I need a thinker on 17. All right, give it your best shot, girl. What's the value? Look, -2, right? The slope's not changing. The point is what changes.
Slope is 0.
0. 0 is correct. Remember, yes, the point is opposite. The point is opposite. Say it again, what? You got it, right? Yes, 0, -3. Go. Because there's no x. There's nothing after the x. Everything else, there was something after it. Right? Agreed? Agreed. Never mind. Good. All right, here we go. Skip 18, 19, 20. You can do those now. All right. Now, please listen carefully. Please, please. Again, continue to listen. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. I'm asking you to write the equation of the line in point slope form. What is wrong with 21? What's different from 21 than all the other ones that we've done? What's different? They give us 2 coordinates. They don't give us a what? They don't give us a, nope. Nope. What is the fraction? They don't give us M. They don't give us M. So we have a problem. The other ones are super easy because they give us everything we need. Now these, they don't. So you have to calculate M. Everybody needs to put up here. You have to find slope first. Find slope first. All right, now we all remember the slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There's our slope formula. I need to calculate the slope. So everybody calculate the slope for me. All right. And some of you guys who want to use your handy dandy calculator because you're nervous about things, I'm totally fine with that. But 3. Now, do I say 3 minus negative? No, I say 3 plus 3 over 2 minus 4. What's 3 plus 3? 6 over -2. What's 6 divided by -2? -3. All right, -3. Yes, ma'am. Because it's 3 minus -3. You with me on that? Yes or no?
Then why the second is negative?
I don't understand why the second 3 is negative.
I mean, so
This is y2 and this is y1.
who's not- Oh. That was why you do my second.
That's exactly what I wrote. Y2 minus y1. Come on, girl. This is y2. This is y1.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying, right? Come on now. Good. You with me? All right. I'm happy with that. All right. Leah, did I clear that up? Please, I'm trying to clear your questions up, guys. You guys got to talk better. All right. If you don't know something, I want to help. All right. Everybody have any questions with that? Does everybody agree that's the slope? Anybody? All right. Now I'm right back to where we were earlier. Now I have a slope and I have a point. So the point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The problem now is this. The problem is I have 2 points to choose from. Does it matter which one I choose? No. It looks different, but they're the same. All right, so I want to show you real quick. Look, just watch me. I promise. You can have one of 2 answers. You can have one of 2 answers. Your first answer would be, I'm going to choose this point, and I'm going to choose this slope. And I know you know how to do it because we just did 20 problems. Does everybody agree? You just did 20 problems. So everybody knows how to do it. So now I'm going to say y plus 3 equals -3 times x minus 4. Anybody have a problem? That is our answer. That is an answer. Or I'm going to write the other choice. Or y minus 3 equals -3 times x minus 2. That's this point right here. You can put either one of those. Do you have to write them both? No, I'm smart enough to know which point you chose. All right, now listen, everybody needs to listen to me. Believe it or not, what we just did, is really hard. I don't know why it's really hard, but it's really hard. All right, writing the equation from 2 points is really difficult for most kids. And like I said, it's a process. That's it. Calculate the slope, put it in point slope form. All right, now we're going to continue right on down the page. All right, and everybody, we're going to start with 23. First step, calculate the slope. Now, your job right now is to evaluate whether or not you can calculate a slope from 2 points. All right, so here we go. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Please evaluate whether or not you understand how to calculate a slope. Y2 is what? 8 minus, what's y1? 3 over x2, 0 minus, what's x1? -1, so it becomes a what? +1. So 8 minus 3 today is what? 5 over what? Which is the same as just 5. Come on now. If you can calculate the slope, give yourself a check. You're pretty good at it. Now you're halfway. Halfway. All right. Now you pick the first point or the second point, unless Leah, do you have a question with 5? Good, go.
I don't understand why 0 plus.
I know, because it's the same thing you asked me before. Watch me. It is 0 minus, then this is a -1. So I put a -1 there. Double negatives. You agree with me now? Good job. All right. So now I need to write the equation. I'm going to go ahead and pick the first point. So the equation is y minus 3 equals 5 parentheses x plus 1. Anybody know how to having issues with that? Or if I choose the other point, y minus 8 equals 5 times x minus 0. Do you have to write both points? Nope, only write one, and I'll write both of them, and you can see, wow, I got it right. I know what I'm doing. So your step right now is say, I know how to find the slope. And then your next step is say, I know how to write the equation. And you're good. It's really simple. All right, but it's a process. And it's more than one step, so kids hate it. All right, what do we got? Y minus 3. Y minus 3. The y value is 3. So it's y minus 3. The x value is -1. So it's x minus -1. Agreed? All right, here we go. 25. Calculate m. Let's go. Calculate m. All right, be brave. What'd you get, Fran? Good for you. Somebody got -1. -1. All righty, all righty, all righty. M equals -1. Thank you very much for that information. M equals -1. And then if M equals -1, all right, I want someone to write the equation now. Go, Peter.
Y plus 2 and equals y. -1 parentheses x minus 1.
Thank you. That's easy. Easy. Or you could have written y minus 3 equals -1 times x minus 4. Perfect. Anybody have any questions with that? All right, let's knock out 27. Let's see how good I am. 27. Calculate the slope for me real quick. Calculate the slope for me real quick. I'll let you go. Give me 30 more seconds while everybody's calculating. All right, come on now. Slope, M equals, tell us what your slope is. Shh. Anybody else get -6? Everybody's happy with -6. Mr. Williams, we good with -6? Come on, guys. Colton, you haven't said much today. Did you get -6? Sadie, what about you? Anybody have trouble with -6? Good. All right, let's knock it out. Let's go. Come on, guys. Now, I'm telling you, you know if you know, right? This is what I'm not understanding about some of you. Don't write my answers down. Do it yourself. It's really not difficult. Good. Or the other one was y minus 3 equals -6 times x plus 2. All right, 29. Let's knock this out. All right, come on, impress me again. You want to give it a shot? All right, give me 30 more seconds. Come on, come on. Get to work, sunshine. No talking. Jay doesn't want to talk to you. Get to work. See if you get 29 right. All right, Liv, I'm listening. Hold on a second. -4. I like that. +2 over what? Yep. And what is that? Yes. Thank you. Anybody else get -1/6? All right. If you got -1/6, you can at least calculate a slope. You can at least calculate a slope. Anybody have any problems with -1/6? Now, I don't mean to embarrass you, but you know, you are allowed to use a calculator also. So there really is no excuse for the math. All right. I don't care if you're not good at arithmetic. You should be good at following directions. All right. Now go ahead. Wow. Nice. And if you chose the other point, it would be y plus 4 equals -1/6 times x minus 5. All right. Anybody else? What time's the bell ring? Are you guys telling me it's time to go? 9:26. We got time. Let's continue on. All right. Now, please, everybody put a star by number 31. 31. Lots of good stars. All right. I'm trying to make you smart. So look up here on the board. What? On number 31. For number 31, please look. I would like everyone to just look at that and say, obviously, y equals -3 and go on your merry way. How did I know obviously y equals -3? Well, that's true, but whenever the coordinates are the same, that's the answer. Look at this. Y is -3 and y is -3. That means the y is always -3. That means y is always -3. So you can save yourself some time if you want to be smart. And before you do the problems, you think about it first. So now I'm going to ask you to slide over to number 32. And I'm going to ask you to put a couple stars by 32. And those of you guys who've been listening and been thinking and want to be better, you're going to be able to look at number 32 and say, I know what he's saying. The answer is, what is 5? Yes, there you go. We always write an equation. All right, we need some variables in there. So we would say x equals 5. How do we know x equals 5? Because we were observant. We looked here, and 5s are the same. Because 5s are the same, that is the answer. X equals 5. All right, anybody have any questions with that? All right, let me see what the next page brings. Oh, that's it. Now listen, okay, guys, I hear you guys, and I don't want to listen. All right, it's probably my fault, and I could make it a quiz, but I don't really feel like making it a quiz. So I'll readjust the schedule. All right, and we will just continue learning. All right, and I will. The next test will just have to be a little bit. How do I say it? A little bit more material on it. But listen, I feel like today was excellent. All right, I feel like today is excellent. It's not hard. All right, now the only way you're gonna make sure you understand is you're gonna have to finish this up. All right, I want the whole thing done, every last piece of it done. All right, so tomorrow when you come in class, I'm gonna say, give me your worksheet. It's all gonna be done correctly, nicely, perfectly. All right, and then I will change our agenda up because I don't want to pile on. If you got a couple things on Friday already, I'll make an adjustment in the schedule. All right, so we will just continue learning. All right. True.